So I'm about 115,000 words into the first draft of the third book of the Timeworks trilogy. It's called Mega Annam, and it got me thinking about some of the longer books in my library that I've loved over the years. And I'm thinking about sort of the top five would be, the first one would be Lord of the Rings by J.R.R. Tolkien. All three books, of course, counting them as one. Next one would be Space by James Michener. This is a book I've read probably 3 or even 4 times, and it was one of my dad's favorite. The first time I read it was because he liked it so much, but I thought, no, I'd give it a shot, and I loved it. I would put up other James Michener books there too, such as Alaska, Hawaii. I've read quite a few, and Texas, I think, was the latest one I read. They're fantastic. I would count The Count of Monte Cristo as one of them. This is by Alexander Dumas. This has been one of my favorite books of all time. I think they've made it into 3 or even 4, maybe even 5 movies. Never quite as good as the book, of course. The last one I read, the latest I should say, is Shogun by James Clavell. And it's quite an epic story. And I actually read it on my Kobo as opposed to having a hardcover book or a paperback, something in my hands. And that gave a real sense of just looking at the percentage at the bottom of my Kobo to see how far along I was versus being able to really kind of feel it. I'm doing the same right now. I'm actually reading The Stand by Stephen King. I think I'm about 80% of the way through it. But you do get lost. You lose that sense of magnitude when you do that. And last would be, I would say, Dune by Frank Herbert. He is I've only read the first book, and I know that there's like 11 books. I know there's also a board game that I've loved that's been around for a long time. And that Denis Villeneuve, I believe his name is, our Canadian director, is making this into a film, and I just cannot wait to see that. It should be fantastic. But there you go. Those are my five of my top picks of longer running books. And maybe for yourself, the sixth one would be Mega Annam by Brent Perdue. Anyway, a couple more months should be out.